Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree. A viewer who I respect, thank you for watching my videos and leaving a comment. I hope this video finds you well. Recently asked me to discuss British humor. And I didn't want to do that because I don't want to be dismissive or flippant. But I thought maybe this person is actually legitimately curious as to my thoughts on British humor. So, if you're British, first of all, my condolences. You can come to America, help us make it better. Or, well, I started off with I don't have a lot of experience with British humor. But I realized there are a handful of examples I can talk about. Example number one, Monty Python. Now, I usually follow up the sentence Monty Python with fuck Monty Python. Okay? I am not a fan. In fact, you could definitely classify me as a hater of Monty Python. It's not just something I'm dismissive of. It's something I actively hate. I can't stand it. I don't like that it exists. I can't stand that people like it. And I'm sick and tired of people recommending it to me. Stop recommending Monty Python. I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to be okay with it. It is not for me. It is not. Monty Python is your go-to example of British humor, which is why I usually equate British humor with what the fuck. Why is this funny? Why do people like this? I've talked about Monty Python previously. Y'all know I hate Monty Python. This is not news to you. There's a few other examples of British humor I came across. The second notable example of British humor is Mr. Bean. And I'm going to follow up Mr. Bean with the same fuck you, Mr. Bean. Fuck you. I do not get why Mr. Bean is a thing. I love Rat Race. I wish somebody could take, I don't know, AI or CGI or something and scrub him out of the movie. Then I would love it even more. I can't stand Mr. Bean. I can tolerate his limited appearance in Scooby-Doo. Because he was the bad guy. And he wasn't in that much of the movie. Anything else that has Mr. Bean in it, I'm tapping out. I'm sorry. It doesn't do it for me. The third example of British humor I came across is the Pink Panther. I tried to watch this when I was a kid because I was duped. Because there was a cartoon known as the Pink Panther. And the Pink Panther cartoon character was used in commercials for, I think, a paint company. I think it was Sherwin-Williams, but don't quote me on this. And so in my kid brain, I thought, oh, this movie's going to be fun. Maybe. No. It was not. Now, whereas I actively hate Monty Python and could care less about Mr. Bean, I just dismiss the Pink Panther. It's just like, whatever. I dismiss it. It doesn't even bother me. It exists. It's a thing. Leave it alone. It's out there in the ether. If you want it, go find it. I ain't looking for it. The fourth example of British humor I came across was when I was in junior high. One of our teachers, and I can't remember which teacher it was or what class I was in, because I was in 7th grade. This was a long fucking time ago. This was like 1995, y'all. 96. Cut me some fucking slack. Anyways, I don't remember his name. I just know he's the British guy that pretends to play piano. If that makes sense to you, that's who he is. That's all I remember. I didn't get it. It didn't make sense to me. It was like, why is he pretending to play piano and what's up with the hand gestures and the funny noises? Why are we watching this? I called my teacher a bad word to get sent to the to get sent to the principal's office so I didn't have to watch that anymore. I was like, yeah. I raised my hand and I was like, hey, bad word. I'm not watching this bad stuff. Only I didn't say bad stuff. And she's like, go to the principal's office. I was like, thank you. So whatever the fuck his name is, the old dude that pretends to play the piano, whatever the fuck his name is, no. This did not appeal to me at all. The next example of British humor I have is Fuckface. He's most famous for, and I'm going to call him Fuckface. I refuse to say his name because he's Fuckface to me. Fuckface is most famous for Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and movies like that. I hate Fuckface. I refuse to say his name. I refuse to acknowledge his existence. Fuckface can eat shit. I'm not interested. These are 5 examples, prominent examples of so-called British humor that make me go, do the British people even have a sense of humor? Do they even know what is funny? Now, admittedly, I'm not a fan of comedy in general. And I say in general. I mean, I like a lot. If I had to quantify it, there's at least 100 comedies I like. Okay? I'm not like anti-comedy. I don't think nothing's funny. I like Dumb and Dumber. I like Austin Powers. You know, there's a lot of stuff I like that's funny. I don't know how to describe what I like. I don't know how to put it into words. I just know it when I see it. And I'm sorry, and I don't intend to offend, necessarily. I do intend to be honest and upfront with y'all. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to dance around other people's feelings. Because if you want to know how I feel about something, you're going to get a raw opinion. That's what you're going to get. That's what this channel is. I don't give a fuck about British humor. It makes no sense to me. I cannot fathom it. I cannot comprehend it. I cannot adhere to it. I cannot respect it, and I refuse to acknowledge it. So I apologize if you're British and you're screaming at the TV, you're a stupid American. Yes, I like Michael Bay films. I want explosions. I want guns. And if it's going to be humor, I want it to be like, you know, quips or jokes. Maybe some slapstick that makes sense. I don't need whatever the fuck Monty Python is. And I definitely am not into the toilet humor, which is not necessarily an example of British humor, to be fair. But I don't know what it is. I don't know how you define what is British humor. I've heard people use the word dry humor. That's just a word. I don't know what that means. No one has been able to explain to me what that means. What does it mean something's dry? And if there's such a thing as dry humor, is there a wet humor? I don't understand it. That's not to say I'm anti-everything British. I like some Doctor Who. I like Downton Abbey. I like Agatha Christie. You know, I like Shakespeare. There's a significant amount of British culture I can respect and get behind. Just not what you guys think is funny. Because it just... maybe I'm a dumb American. And I don't get it. And I don't care. Because we won the war. And we won all the wars. So...